everyone, Gil here at GrayManPrepping. On this episode of Your Prep for Today, I want to talk to you about planting a food tree. But before then, if you're new to the channel, please go ahead and hit that little red button right down there that says subscribe on it, and then ring the notification bell, because if you don't ring the notification bell, you won't get notified when I post a new video. Alrighty, now plant a food tree. And I know some people are going, food tree? What do you mean a food tree? You can plant a tree to get hot dogs off of it or donuts or something? What's a food tree? A food tree basically produces fruit you can eat, whether it's apricots, apples, cherries, mangoes, whatever. It produces fruit that you can eat. Citrus trees as well, as oranges, lemons, anything that produces food that you can use is called a food tree. All right, so what type you want to plant? Part of it depends on what your growing zone is. If you're down there in Florida, you're not going to be planting apples because apples need so many chill days to produce fruit. Of course, if you're up in Washington where they grow a lot of apples, you're not going to plant an orange tree because of the cold and freezing temperatures they get up there. Now, that said, there are ways around cold part. You can have a greenhouse and you can grow citrus and mangoes and banana trees in a greenhouse. But what I'm talking about here is just planting a tree in your yard that looks ornamental, that's not going to draw a lot of attention from your neighbors, and you're going to get some food from it. One of the other things to consider is what type of food you want to grow. Do you want cherries, or do you want to get apricots or peaches or apples? Well, if you saw my video on Prepper Plant a Garden, I went through the garden we have in California, where we have several huge apple trees, a Granny Smith and a Fuji. We got a huge lemon tree that was there when we bought it was small when we bought the place and froze back, and still grew up and just produces the greatest lemons. We've planted some other lemon trees in the backyard. We have 4 orange trees. We have a couple apricot trees, a peach tree, cherry tree. I'm trying to remember what else my wife has out there. She wanted to run it, so I let her plant what she wants. The only thing I planted that I really wanted to plant was an orange tree my mom had in a half 55-gallon barrel for years. Of course, when we planted that in the ground, it went absolutely ape and started producing hundreds of oranges, and it's absolutely phenomenal. But you want to plant your trees now, because the fruit trees, apricots, peaches, cherries and stuff, take several years before they start producing fruit, and a few more years before they start producing it in a volume where you can really use it. All right, so you figure it's going to be 5 years before you have a good-sized tree that's producing food on a basis that you can actually use and can. All righty, so plant whatever you can for your zone. You don't just have to plant one. You can plant several of them. We have, like I said, we have 2 big apple trees there that shade part of our patio, and they are loaded with apples. So if you like apples and you're in the right temperature, it works. Now, you're saying you're in California, but California is nice and warm. Well, up in Northern California, around the San Francisco Bay Area, we get frosts up there. And so we get enough chill days for the apples to produce, and boy, do they produce. We also have, it's also warm enough that we can have the citrus trees and produce a lot of citrus fruit as well. So check your area, check the grow zones, and plant what you like that grows in your area. And as always, stay happy no matter what life throws at you. Stay safe. Don't do anything foolish, please. and most of all, plant something, grow food. That's a big part of your preps. So stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.